Coming up, Bradman Best to return for Friday's game against South Sydney. Valentine moves into the top 5 with a win over Newcastle Olympic. And Philippa Anderson bows out while another Newcastle female surfer, Sarah Baum, progresses through. That's up next here on NBN's local sports news. Good evening. My name is Connor Glenn McLeod with NBN's local sports news. Tonight, Bradman Best to return for the Knights in their clash for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Valentine moves into the top 5 of the Northern New South Wales National Premier League after beating Newcastle Olympic 2-1. And Sarah Baum progresses through to the second round of the Challenge Series event in South Africa, while Philippa Anderson bows out. But first, Knights coach Adam O'Brien is backing Bradman Best to make up for lost time when the explosive centre returns from the latest injury-forced hiatus of his NRL career. Best has been cleared to resume against South Sydney at McDonald Jones Stadium tomorrow night, after missing 4 games with a dislocated elbow, for which he sustained in the 36-12 loss to the Brisbane Broncos on May 19. His availability is especially timely, given that Newcastle will be without Dane Gagai this week, as he is in camp with Queensland preparing for Wednesday's Origin Series decider. Best, who is still a month shy of his 21st birthday, has endured a frustrating run, dating back to ever before he made his NRL debut as an 18-year-old prodigy in 2019. He has already undergone 7 operations on his feet and ankles, including 5 syndesmosis high ankle sprain repairs, one of his thumb, as well as a shoulder reconstruction. His dislocated elbow did not need surgical repairs, but countless hours of intense physio were required to prepare Best for another comeback. Rated a contender for New South Wales Origin selection by Blues coach Brad Fittler earlier in the season, Best has shown only glimpses of his class this year, scoring only 3 tries in 11 games. But O'Brien said there was still ample opportunity for Best to make an impact in 2022. O'Brien said this: Bradman's only young, and sometimes young blokes have those sorts of seasons, but there's still a fair bit of footy to be played, and he looks in a good frame of mind. He's excited to be getting back out there. The Knights are hoping to secure a win against the Rabbitohs tomorrow night. And of course, for my tip, I've gone for the Knights to secure a huge win over the Rabbitohs. To soccer, and of course Valentine have moved closer to the Northern New South Wales National Premier League top 5 following a 2-1 win over Olympic at Spears Point on Tuesday. Ryan Clark and Tyrone Molitor scored goals for Valentine in quick succession just prior to half-time after Jared Muller put Olympic ahead in the opening 5 minutes. Valentine now have 16 points and equals 7th on the men's competition ladder, 2 shy of 6th placed Olympic. The Jaffers and Western share 5th. Olympic beat Valentine 2-0 in another midweek catch-up game just 6 days earlier. The latest fixture, was scheduled after being washed out on the weekend, was played in wet conditions on the synthetic pitch at Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility. Meanwhile, 3 NPL matches set for Wednesday night were postponed. To surfing, it's been a mixed result for our local surfers. Mayweather's Philippa Anderson has been eliminated from the Billita Pro. The redhead-based Sarah Baum progressed to the second round of the Challenger Series event in South Africa. Anderson finished third in a 4-surfer heat on Wednesday, while Baum took out her opening round battle at Willard Park less than 24 hours earlier. She was unable to reel in US pair Kaylin Simmons and Kira Pingleton. Despite a couple of last-ditch efforts, Anderson's two-way total was 6.93. Baum, competing in her native country, pulled well clear of her opponents with a score of 10.44 on Tuesday. Early in the men's event, Mayweather duo Ryan Callanan and Morgan Siblick secured safe passage through the last 48 as they seek to re-qualify for the World Tour. The competition window closes on Sunday ahead of the Corona Open at J-Bay. Coming up next, a Kiwi connection for Tafua Kini up at the Hamilton Hawks.
I'm going to buy that.
Into big business now, are we?
Nope, I'm quite happy with the small business I own, Louise.
Who are you banking with now, Bob?
Newcastle Permanent.
No, I mean your company banking.
Yeah, we're with the firm.
Didn't know they did business banking.
Well, I have done for quite some time now, Dad.
Oh, good move.
That's mine. Thank you.
Your business is in good hands with Newcastle Permanent.
They're our building society.
Wake up in the morning, gotta get... Because the Herald is the best way to start your day.
Rugby union of course in the Newcastle competition and relocating from New Zealand to Australia, Tafua Kini didn't really know what to expect. It certainly wasn't being coached by a former All Black, but having landed with Hunter Rugby Union Club, the Hamilton Hawks this year, that's exactly what he got courtesy of the Hawks mentor Marty Berry. Still in local rugby union, and of course Steve Merrick famously ditched the Wallabies to play for his beloved Singleton Blues in the mid-90s. It seems his son Bo cannot say no to Singleton either. Merrick Jr., a former New South Wales country under-20s representative, took this season off due to work and other commitments. He lobbed at Rugby Park on Saturday with his family to watch the battle against the Southern Beaches. The Bulls were a bit light on, so Merrick rushed home, grabbed his boots, and made a cameo at breakaway off the bench in the 20-17 win. Still on it, and there was no surprise that when Wednesday night's catch-up game was called off, but despite adding to an already disrupted Hunter Rugby Union season, the Wanderers coach Don Beckett is trying to take a positive outlook. The Two Blues were scheduled to host Nelson Bay at the number 2 sports ground, but continued heavy rainfall across the region means they will now have to meet the Gropers at least another date down the track. The Wanderers also need to play Saturday's washout affair against University at some stage over the closing 8 rounds. Both will likely become midweek encounters. Geelong Bowls and the Hunters combined high school team claimed a silver medal at the state championships despite being defeated by North Sydney in the final by 1 shot on an extra end. The Hunters side was made up of 2 teams. Liam Podrezek of Soldiers Point, Amy Bromhead and Zoe Nichols of Raymond Terrace, and Kobe Kato of Grada, and Kyle Anderson of Raymond Terrace, and also Cohen Reid of Cardiff, Jordan Lean and Huxley Rowe from Raymond Terrace. Meanwhile, on the Independent side, 2 ring matches. The Hunter side finished on 12 points after their 5 lead-up matches. The final was a tight affair. The Hunter trailed by 3, but some brilliant bowling second secured 3 shots on the last end and forced overtime. Now, before we go, and there's good news for the Knights. Jacob Saifidi will make his Origin debut for the New South Wales Blues on Wednesday as part of the decider that will occur in Brisbane. Yeah, it's going to be a huge one. Anyway, that's it for now. My name's Conklin McLeod. Anyway, from all of us here, for now, from all of us here, good night.